Okay, ready, set, go.
Okay, great. So I can kind of see who's in the audience, and I see there's a few people that have logged on. I think it's kind of fitting. We're kicking off the vacation, time frame, May, June, July, August. And Linda said this would be a good time to maybe talk about vacation health, because something Dr. Capagota always would tell his patients and tell us as well is, your heart doesn't know you're on vacation. And we would have people that would go on cruises and come back and have gained 7 or 8 pounds because, you can eat 24/7 when you're on a cruise. And that was Dr. Capagota's go-to saying. It's like, when you have heart disease, your heart doesn't know you're on vacation. Like every day is an opportunity to be as healthy as possible, and vacations included. So I want to start off with asking you guys some questions. So people who are logged on, please unmute. Oops. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, do you make sure you have a meal before you make your way to the airport?
Yes.
John says yes.
Good.
Not necessary.
Anyone else?
I don't go to the airport, so it's not an issue.
Good point. Good point. You never know if you're going to get stuck, and then your options at the airport are limited. So it's good to always, have a healthy meal before you go. What about if there's free alcohol on the flight? Do you indulge?
No.
No.
There's a lot of calories, and it's very dehydrating being on an air in a plane, and alcohol is very dehydrating as well. What about breakfast when you're on a vacation? Do you guys typically eat a breakfast, or is that something you bypass?
Oh, have breakfast. Absolutely. Yes.
Most of you eat a breakfast?
Yeah. Yes.
That's good. How about this? Let's say you're in New York and you just had the best pizza ever, and the waiter asks, do you want dessert after you eat? And what do you say?
What are you serving dessert at Pizza House for?
That was a bad, I was kind of thinking you were in Italy, but who's been to Italy? But let's say that. Okay, so you've been to Italy and you had your last meal, and the waiter says, do you want dessert? What do you say?
Let me look at the menu.
Sally wants to look at the menu.
Yeah, dessert menu.
So I know what I would say, because let's say if I'm in Italy, I'm going to try their gelato. I'm going to try everything, but maybe I would share it with my husband, right? I don't need a full dessert by myself, because you have to have something, and I like my sweets. So there should always be something that you're looking forward to. But a lot of times we would just share desserts or our gelato. What about if you're in an Airbnb with access to a kitchen? So how often would you be cooking a meal for yourself while you're on vacation?
Very little.
Oh, really? So you'd be going out?
Pretty much on vacation, naturally.
Yeah, the idea is, being on vacation, you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean. You don't want to do any of that stuff because you're on vacation. But remember, your heart doesn't know you're on vacation. So when you're out eating at a restaurant, you don't really have control over portion, or you don't really have control over the sodium or the fat. So cooking a few meals at home would probably be a little healthier. But it's that mindset that we have. I'm on vacation. I'm certainly not cooking.
You have to have access to a store, though.
You have to have access to a store as well. Yeah.
if your hotel is close to Trader Joe's, that's one thing, but if it's 5 miles to the nearest grocery store, you're gonna eat what's there and pick wisely.
Right, exactly.
In
Or
Europe,
it,
isn't portions much smaller than they are in the States?
in Italy,
Then.
Oh,
Yeah.
On the rest.
they don't eat as much as we do.
well,
Getting-
okay, you're gonna make me say this. When I was in Italy, I would eat my own pizza that was about this big. So good.
There you go.
And you're
I was on vacation.
Oh,
Before I go on, I think we had someone join us in the back. Is that Nick?
You better
Yes.
believe it. Hi. How are you?
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Next time I do a lecture, I need to get my butt in there. I would
Yes.
love to see you.
Yes.
Okay, how about this? If you're on vacation, do you want the bus tour or do you want the walking tour?
Walking.
Yeah.
and
And what about if you're like in New York, or again, I'm kind of thinking Europe, if you're in the tube or in the subway, do you take the stairs or the escalator?
can't do the stairs.
I think
stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you have in your first aid kit when you travel? First of all, do you have a first aid kit? And what are some of the things you put in them?
Drugs.
John puts drugs.
Aspirin.
Aspirin, Band-Aids.
Band-Aids.
Band-Aids, 100%. Yeah,
Septic cream.
good. I like that. Antiseptic cream,
Wipes.
Band-Aids for sure. Tylenol or Motrin.
No, Tylenol.
Yep, Tylenol. Yep. It's a good thing to just have with you. Okay, so I gotta move. So what do you do to stay healthy on vacation? This is the mindset, I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna eat whatever I want.
Eat less. Less portion, smaller portions.
That, but smaller portions. So here's some tips on eating healthy while you're on a trip. So we talked about this, just eat before you go to the airport. You could totally know exactly what you're going to be putting in your mouth versus if you get hungry at the airport, your flight is delayed, then you're at the whim of whatever is available at the airport. And then if you end up going someplace where you're jet lagged and you become kind of, off your pattern of eating, you may tend to overeat. You should drive past the drive-through, because in a drive-through, there's probably nothing really healthy. But you should always save a little bit of space for treats, right? Doesn't need to be a full ice cream cone, but you can split it with somebody. And beware of buffets, right? That kind of goes without saying. It's hard to have that self-control, especially when it's looking so beautiful and it's all in abundance. We want to just load up our plates.
So
And then go.
I'm really proud of myself. On my last cruise several years ago before COVID, I'd been on enough. I lost a pound on
Wow.
that cruise. And partly it was because of the buffet, but what I chose from the buffet, I didn't choose any bread. And I did save room for a little bit of dessert, but I walked that ship was so long and it wasn't that I planned to walk, I just had to.
Yeah.
Walked and walked and walked for 7 days. And I was surprised I lost a pound.
I love that. That's amazing. I can remember a gentleman in cardiac rehab that would go on cruises. Like he cruised to, I think, Hawaii. Like he was on it for like a month or a month and a half. Do you remember this, Linda? Larry? And he asked for, and I've never been on a cruise, but I think he asked for, like a vegetarian meal plan, or I don't remember if it was a heart healthy, but he was able to maintain as well. I mean, it was a long cruise. So yeah, just kind of having that forethought and planning is really important.
You can do it.
You can do it, exactly. Some more tips. So visiting food markets as opposed to going out to restaurants, and John had a good point. They've got to be, close by. This is huge. Packing snacks, put an apple in your backpack. You typically, when you're on vacation, you're carrying a bag or a bigger purse or a backpack. Put some nuts, put some fruit, put some things in there that you can snack on. Or even just pack up your own meal. And be aware of drinks. Like, you go to Hawaii, and of course you have to have a Mai Tai, but if there's a ton of calories, a ton of sugar, and some really good rum. And I've seen this quite frequently, some of the last vacations we've taken, that you can take a cooking class, which I think sounds really fun. I did that in, I think it was New Orleans. It was just really amazing. But that's something you can do also. And then tell me what you would do to get exercise while you're on vacation.
Walk.
So go ahead.
I would walk.
Walk.
Yeah.
Walk.
You get to a museum, that's how you get to a park, that's how you get to see
Yes.
the city.
I go
Yes.
For the in-house gyms.
Yes. Yeah, making sure that the hotel that you're staying in has a gym. We had membership to a gym locally, but they were all over the United States. So when we would go to LA, we knew that there was a gym that our membership was good at that gym. I think that there was one. I think there was one in Chicago when I go back to see my family. There was one there too. Okay, so let's talk about this. Yeah, so walking just to see the sights, and taking stairs when that's a possibility. Submerge yourself into the surroundings, into the culture. Americans are probably the least likely to exercise versus, especially when you go to Europe, everybody's walking. So be adventurous and try the local specialty. Make exercise your vacation. So one of my friends who's a retired nurse from UC Davis, she has gone on 1 million vacations, and it's through her hiking club. And so she plans a couple days before. She just came back from I think China. I don't know. She's literally been all over. A couple days before to kind of do some sightseeing. And then, that week they just plan all these hikes. So that is her vacation. She tags on a few days at the beginning and at the end so she can do more sightseeing. But the actual vacation time is hiking. And I love that. I think that's so smart. And what about room and board, like where you're staying? So I think Nick said this, like check out the amenities first, make it easy to squeeze in a workout time by booking a hotel that has a gym or a pool. I remember when my boys were still living with us, and like when they were in high school and they were working out, that was a priority. Like if we were going on vacation, they still wanted to work out. So we had to go someplace that had a gym. So if it's there, there's a better chance you'll use it. Or even scope out the neighborhood for gyms, workouts, yoga. But you can do it anywhere. You can just even, get on an exercise, get on YouTube. There's all kinds of ways that you can exercise just even in your hotel room. And then stash food. If you have that mini fridge in your room. You could stack it with all kinds of fruits and veggies. And so it's easily accessible. And then what about rest and relaxation? So this is kind of hard for some people, but trying to keep work away. Like, don't have your phone, don't have your computer, your work computer with you, because you'll be on it. So free up your mind. Even doing some meditation for just a few minutes each day can help relieve anxiety and stress. I think that's a great idea. Does anyone do that? You guys probably incorporate that daily just by being a part of this program. And get most out of your time off, doing activities that you enjoy, keeping the cell phone off, and just spending the time with whoever you're with, the family or friends, or even if it's alone time, just make it exactly what you want it to be. Short and sweet, but I would like to open it up to the floor and see how someone talked about being on a cruise and how they are able to maintain, actually even lose weight. Any other thoughts, or anyone else wants to share what they do?
So our big Karen, come here a sec, please. Pardon me? You. You know Karen? Karen's our biggest traveler. She's trying to.
Yeah.
He's trying to go out the door, but I caught her.
Hey,
So-
Karen.
Hi,
When you travel,
yes,
how do you eat?
I eat local food as close to its natural state as I can get. But they usually provide much larger portions than what I could probably eat most of the food, but I try to eat half of it instead. But I was just in Germany and I had rouladen and these potato things that were just absolutely delicious, but I only ate half of it, so I was proud of myself.
That's a great approach.
And I look at it as, if I'm gonna be in London, I'm gonna have fish and chips one time. I'm not gonna have them every day. I'm only gonna have them once.
Yep. Totally agree with that. That's great.
And your next trip is to Paris.
My
right?
next trip is to Paris and I'm not sure I'm gonna be doing much heart healthy eating there.
No.
Yeah, that might be difficult, but you're going to be doing a ton of walking.
A lot of walking, yes. So
You can
that
eat
should,
you can eat what you want and do all that.
yes, we're gonna go to the creperies and the pastry shops and have croissants and hot chocolates. But I don't drink, so I don't get the extra calories that way. So I'm only.
Oh, that's good.
wine.
That's good. That's
And
good.
I always take things like, on the airplane, I take carrots and celery sticks and apple slices and things like that, some grapes, so I don't have to worry about all the ugly things that they provide on the plane.
Yep, that's really smart. I like those little individual packaged almonds. I'm trying to think I can't think of the brand name that's green. But like if I had a whole jar of almonds, I'd probably eat the whole jar. But this is like just a small little pack, enough that when you open it, it's a serving. It's just enough
Of
in
almonds,
the
did you
palm of your
say?
hand.
Almonds,
I did almonds, but they have all kinds of nuts.
oh yeah, I've got some almonds, and I usually take almonds and cashews in those little snack bags too, so that I
Yeah.
have protein when I need it.
Yep. And it will fill you, if you're really hungry and there isn't anything else to eat, then you're at least eating something that will help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
I
for
don't have
sharing.
any trouble at all. You can find an apple or an orange or a banana almost any place you're traveling.
Good point. Mhm. Anyone else want to share? Okay. Well, it was good to see everyone. This was a brief one. Next month, I will be coming down.
So Cari, just say, since we actually have 1, 2, 3 new people in the room right now. Talk to us a little bit about community, since that's one of the things I commonly ask you to talk about.
Yeah, so welcome to those who are new to the wellness program. And I think I really like to engage other people that are actually in the room or on this call that can talk about community. Because I think the minute you are a part of this wellness program, there's so many positive things that happen within this program. I mean, the basics are, yeah, you're going to get some exercise, you're going to get some education, but that social engagement and, you know, there's a shared interest with all of us that are part of this community. And that shared interest and welcoming new players coming in all the time is really a big part of our community. And I'm just curious, how long have you been coming and what's been your experience being new into this program? What have you found?
Well, this is Sally's first day. I don't think she's found
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Other than being delighted, yeah,
Okay, delighted is good.
delighted to be here, yes.
Yeah.
Judy's been here a couple weeks.
Yes.
Well, Judy, can you speak to that?
I
I would
enjoy
love
the
to.
friendship and
It's,
the closeness. We all feel, I don't know, you feel like a family, you know, you feel very comfortable here and everybody's friendly and helpful and. What do you think, Rick?
Jane, I have to agree. I mean, and I think a lot of this stems from Linda, you know, creating that that ambiance, or not that expectation. I don't even want to say that, but it's just something that's so organic when Linda is a part of things. And then, you know, she has her staff that can help cultivate this sense of community. But it's just like, it becomes family. I've known Rich and Jane and Nick, I mean, 15, 20 years. They are family, you know, I can't wait to see Nick in person. So yeah, it really becomes, you know, so much more than just, you know, the exercise and the education. It just becomes so much more. It's that social interaction, and it's that looking out for each other and really, really caring and making everybody feel welcome. And I hope that's what you guys will be experiencing.
So were you gonna say something, Judy, or not? Is she-
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it said Judy. Yes, I've been coming maybe close to a month now. And it's just an amazing program. I'm totally in love with it, and I just feel so blessed to have this place to come to and to get some of my needs met and to concentrate on myself and just enjoy this. And
Yeah.
the staff is fabulous. I'm so grateful to each and every one.
Oh, we love to hear that. That's great. So can we hear from, well, I think we heard from Jane. Are there other people that have been there for, you know, been participating in the program for a while? I can't see who's raising their hand in the back.
My name's Rachel, and this is my third day, I believe, and I think the program's just wonderful. I agree with what Judy was saying, that it's a really kind of like a safe place that we can all come out and do our exercising and, you know, connect with all these different people that are here. And it's just great. And
Yeah.
like Linda, she just makes this place so welcoming for everybody. It's just great. As
Yeah.
well. I feel fortunate as well to be able to have this, you know, so close to my house too. Lucky, great. Yeah.
I like that you described it as a safe place. That's really important, especially if you're kind of new to exercise, and if you've ever been in a gym, I feel very self-conscious. Never felt that coming to this gym. I mean, it's just such a sense of community. That's really great to hear. Thanks for sharing that.
Hey, Carrie.
Hmm?
Can you see me? I'm Sally.
She has a question.
Sally is talking now. Can you see Sally?
I can't see Sally, but I can hear her.
That's okay. So I started exercising at gyms 50 years ago when I was in my 30s, and I've been a member of 24 Hour for 30 years, and I go to the gym at Roseville close to me for silver sneakers and stuff, but that's so impersonal. The thing about that is I'm grateful for it. I go, and it's helped me be 86 and, somewhat going strong, but it's so impersonal. So I'm
Yeah.
grateful to be in a place where it's friendlier. Yeah.
This would be a 180 from a big gym like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not so much a sense of community, and everyone has their earbuds in, just doing their, staying in their lane, and there's not a lot of interaction.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think you'll find, I mean, this is your first day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It just gets better.
Then we
I don't
have
know how
Linda.
else to say it. It just
We
gets
have
better.
Linda who makes it all happen.
Well, I'm gonna share, our room is set up the way it is for a reason, that all the exercise equipment is in a circle and it faces in, as opposed to when you go to 24-hour fitness and they're all facing the wall and the TVs.
Yeah.
That's definitely on purpose in this room, that the machines face each other. So when you're on a machine, you're looking at somebody else.
I always thought you did that so my wife could keep an eye on me.
We're all keeping our eye on you, Richard. Yeah.
One thing you.
Yeah, and then there's so many activities
I
that,
was gonna say something.
oh,
You
go
said
ahead.
that one of the things that you miss in all this is that it's not just open.
True.
That this is a more mixed group than you would find at a senior center or someplace that seems to be age delimited. You have people always coming through, learning how to deal with geezers and getting normalized to that, and we get a new crop in every semester. And we learn new things, new life, as much as they learn about us. So it's more than just socialization among peers, age peers. It's among peers and sharing space.
Right. Yeah, I want to share this past semester has been really, really good because of the students.
Yeah.
That a lot of our clients aren't coming so much anymore, and that's understandable, but the students really bolstered the environment in here this past semester, and it was really fun. And
For us.
we caught on. I'm now grateful for the fact that we're serving everybody, and so the intergenerational stuff is really a big boon that's going on in here currently, and that's going to get better and better all the time. Yeah.
Friendly sign here. I love them.
Right. Anyway, yeah, thank you. I put you on the spot and you picked it up just like you always do. So grateful for that.
Well, I'm going to sign off, but Linda, I'd like